Let's introduce people who we don't know yet. I'm sorry, I don't know. I didn't leave the music for he just started it. You do what we need now. You do what we need. Hi.
Hi everyone, I'm Nasser. I started off at Westfield. I was there for like a week or two. Decided this is a better office and moved down here.
Welcome. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name's Madison, and I am freshly new into all things real estate, and I'm happy to be here.
Yay.
Hello, I am Zoe, and I am in my second year of real estate. And yeah, this is my first time at Drive.
Yay. Let's go. Oh my gosh, should we call team meeting Drive next year? Yeah. We are. The race? Do you want to hear a funny story? Welcome, everybody. So my boyfriend's daughter texted me one day, and she's like, I think somebody's talking about you. And she was at Starbucks at Barnes and Noble. Someone's talking about you. And I was like, who? I don't know. I just heard them say Emily, and then I heard Sawyer, and then I heard agency, then I heard Keller Williams. And I said, text me a picture. It was Jill Sadler. Sitting like two people down. Yeah. It was Jill Sadler. Isn't that so funny? And so I texted Jill. And I'm like, turn your head and say, hey, Lynn, really loud and see if somebody responds to you. You just do not know who's around you, y'all. She was saying nice things, which made me very happy. But isn't that funny? Okay. Thank you for being here today. This is our last team meeting of the year. I've been thinking a lot about the best way that we can talk about things. So let's get through the announcements. Let's go. IBEX, are they coming? Perfect. Okay. Happy birthday, Mario, Sari, Chris, Jen. Jen's tomorrow, and Chris, and Sari. Sari's here. Hi. Happy birthday tomorrow. That's so cute. Alex, Jenny, Christy, Derek. Happy birthday, guys. Here's our schedule. I'm going to write my number up as a Christmas present for, hopefully you have me saved. On the days that we close early or that we're gone, will you please let me help you? There's a 99% chance that I don't know the answer. However, let me help troubleshoot. Text me and not the staff for the holiday. That's like my gift. Will you let me be your person? I can open the doors remotely. I can figure it out. You can come to my house and use my printer. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But just to give some reprieve, we're always here for you. But on these holiday schedules, will you please let me be your go-to? Yes. Okay. And then who knows about this? Do you know what we're doing here? Here are some beautiful examples of gifts. Jill, hi, we just told the secret about you. It was good. How you were talking nice about me in Barnes and Noble. Okay, so we are wrapping presents for you. Why? Why? Somebody say something?
Is this on? Because we need to get donations to KW Cares. We have a couple of families at our office that are in need. So it will be going to a very, very good place. We wrap every present with love and detail with a velvet ribbon. So it would be wonderful. Just drop your gifts off anytime. And I will be wrapping every day this week. Thanks, guys.
So there's a QR code. You can donate. Also, if you just need some help and some leverage, this is a way for us to give back to you as well. I will tell you, we've got a cancerous brain tumor. one of our like super close people that is happening. And we have a sixth grader that's about to get into the fight of his life. And these two families, so those are the things that I know about. These two families that are our people are really in their tornadoes, in their hurricanes, in their battles. So we're trying to come up with ways that we can help support them in their businesses, but also be able to have time, right? And in our business, if you're taking time away from your business, it's taking money away from your business. So we're really trying to be proactive and help our people. Okay, so then I don't know, Daily's not here. Okay, she's very consistent at doing these. If you have any questions, please reach out to her. Okay, Barry, let's go.
All right, pickleball. How many picklers do we have here? Show of hands. Don't be shy. Cool. All right. Anyhow, so we're going to have our annual pickleball tournament on February 7th. It got rescheduled due to the lack of registration. So what I'm urging everyone to do, yes.
Timing of year,
Yes.
a lot going on.
I am really urging you to register now or as early as possible. That way we have a proper head count. We have 10 indoor courts ready, available. We're going to have sponsorship. We're going to have trainers to train those who do not know how to play, who just want to come out for fun. And then we're going to dedicate other courts to actual tournament play. So, Rebecca, that you have.
I am not a good pickleball player, but guys, this is going to be fun. It's for a good cause, and just come. Even if you don't know how to play, it's so easy. It's like table tennis, but a little bit harder. But it's really easy. So just come. Even if you don't know how to play, just come. Just support it. We're gonna have like all the like beginning leagues, so it'll just be a fun time, and it's for a really good cause. And like Emily said, we need to fill up our KW cares. So
Thanks for doing that. And this is a great opportunity to invite your clients. Maybe you paid their registration, invite your close people. This would be like a fun for your top 50 idea. Okay. Okay, family reunion. Come on, let's go. Do you guys know Jamie Kern Lima? Yeah, you have her book? Yeah.
Oh. Have you read it? Yeah, but it's on my book. It's good.
Yeah, so this is going to be awesome. They just lowered the price. It's in Vegas. This is going to be your least expensive family reunion opportunity. So please let me know if you have questions. Yeah. There we go.
My husband just bought us Donnie tickets for
Aw.
Friday the 21st.
Oh, yay. Mike, do you have anything for us?
Yes, real quick. Who would like if, let me rephrase that. If you haven't put a business plan together for this upcoming year and you would like some assistance doing that, and you would like to be one of the cool cats in the brokerage and joining a monthly business planning group first Tuesday of the month before team meeting, we as a group, and there's a few of you in here that have already met with me. I'm not going to point you out, but they're working on their business plan. We're going to get together as a group to help you stay committed to your plan beyond February. Because if you're like me, I can write the best business plan. I can look at it every day, but by like the 3rd of February, I don't even know where it's at.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not going to do that this year. This is a market where do we have to work a little bit harder? Yeah. Can we work a little bit harder? Yeah. And will we do more as a group? Yes. So if you're interested, you guys reach out to me. We'll set up a time. We'll go through a 1-3-5. I'll help you with a business plan. And we're starting the first Tuesday of the new year. We're going to meet once a month as a group for some group accountability and help everybody add. Who wants to add 4 to 7 more deals this year? Is that real money to you? As a group, we can do it.
How much money is that? Let's just say you just did 4 more.
What's the average
What's the
commission right
percentage?
now is probably 13,000.
13,000, 13,000 times 4. Where are our nerds at?
So
52,000. What is the
Okay.
South Jordan? Do you know what the median income is for one side person in South Jordan? 64,000. So would you like to add nearly a
Median income.
average person's salary equivalent of in your year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Mike,
So
what
if you're
time?
interested,
Sorry, this is
come
Bex
see me.
on Zoom.
How's
What
that?
time are you
Take it
thinking?
easy. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so before we start today, I need volunteers. I brought 5 of my favorite things. Okay, but you have to work for it. So hey, Jill, you're number 1. Let's go. So I'm gonna ask you a question and then you can choose. Okay, these are Kimber's gifts for her kids.
Okay.
So not those,
No?
but one of those 5. So the first question
I probably don't need like.
I'm gonna ask you, well, it's for Zoom. They can't hear on the,
Okay, then.
number 1. How do you explain to your client how is it? Oh, you're perfect because you've been doing this for a long time. Top level, top shelf for a long time. So you, in your business, how have you explained to your clients the NAR stuff? Like, how has that been for you?
Not a big deal.
Tell me.
I mean, they look to us to just lead them. They hired us for a reason. They don't know the difference really of everything that's going on. They hear things, they hear pieces, they ask questions, and I don't spend a lot of time on it. Me and Zoe like have our set system, and the contract's always the same, and we have like our way of doing it, and we haven't I haven't run into a hiccup on it yet. Not planning on it.
You won. That was correct.
Okay.
So choose one of the 5. Some of them are dumb, but
It's fun.
so you have to open it.
I get to open it. Okay.
That one.
Uno.
I love playing games.
Yeah. Thank you.
And my favorite thing of 2024 is I bought a cabin, which is my dream. And all we do, I get to turn off and on the internet. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know, the internet's not working. So let's play games. So Uno is the thing this minute. So, right? Thank you. Okay. Zoe, I think you raise your hand next. Okay. Zoe, guys, this is Zoe. Question. What has it can be personal or professional. What has your biggest challenge of 2024 been?
Lori's looking at me smiling 'cause she knows she's my coach. And I would say consistency, especially like in motivation. I have had, big ebbs and flows and days when I'm like, go, go, go. And then days when I just don't even want to leave my bed, leave my bedroom. I want to just do anything but work. And so really, I think we've really made great strides in overcoming that, and just by starting every single day at 0. It's okay if I didn't get the number of calls yesterday that I wanted to get. Today's a fresh day to start over. It's not, I'm behind for the week and stressing and pressure. It's today is a brand new clean slate. So
I love that. Thank you. Kate, choose a gift. Can we relate to that? Anybody? That I feel like that's probably been my biggest challenge, is the motivation of like, oh,
Yes.
okay, keep going. There's something. Oh, hey, that's appropriate.
Yes, very appropriate.
I have to have, so show them what it is.
It's a positive mind journal.
There you go. Merry Christmas.
That was meant for me.
Yes, it was. It was
Thank you.
perfect. What you're doing. Okay. Who's next? Okay. Oh, get out of here. Nope, gentlemen. She already raised her hand, but you can go next. Amy, I'm gonna make you do it. Okay, third one. Okay, name 3 things that you're most proud of in 2024.
My kids,
Okay.
my mental health, because I've taken a turn there.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And
I actually see that. You're very bright. Yeah.
I made some life changes recently, and my life change that I made recently.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Try to get it. Obsessed with Christmas. There's something about the smells of Christmas, right? But I didn't know if you would like it, so I just got a small one. Anyway. Okay, Merry Christmas. Thank you. All right, Tammy. I bet you this is going to be one of the hardest things because how easy is it to say great things about people we like and love? And how hard is it to say great things about ourselves? Why? It's so weird, right? So you in front of this group and everyone on Zoom, there's like 45 on Zoom. There's not. Name an attribute that you possess that makes you successful.
Caring and compassionate.
Agree. Great, good job. I would say that about you too. Okay, grab a gift. Okay, I'm gonna give you a chance, Amy. Okay, let's go. And wait, let's do this first, but go ahead. Woo! German chocolate is my love language. Merry Christmas. Okay, so first of all, you guys, let's give a big old round to Amy. This girl has been 4 years on the board. Did you know that? That is a friggin' commitment. So she taking a break. Have you seen the movie, the video that they did?
All the videos are so good.
They're all so good.
And the singer on all of them is actually a staff member at the board, and she directs the whole thing. It's really cool.
And she writes it and
Yeah.
right? Oh,
Yeah,
so
she's
fun.
talented.
Yeah.
I know that is one of her jobs. So
Well, yeah.
yeah, right. She
Yeah,
does
so-
theater at night, but they don't get paid as well as
Yeah,
the
right.
job at the board.
It makes a difference though. And I feel very grateful that we have you, honestly. And it makes a difference that it's all volunteer.
Yeah, if
Everyone?
anyone's interested in getting involved in board leadership or you want some more information, I'd be happy to answer it. So it was a really good experience.
Sweet. Well,
And I can tell you what the hours input will be and
yeah,
so forth.
what you're getting into.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't feel like that it negatively affected my production. I think most of my decrease in production had to do with market conditions because it kind of followed the same trend as the market as a whole.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, she's definitely very, very much in our top 20%. So consistently, always. Okay. Question. What changes are you making to set yourself up for a successful 2025?
Ready for this question?
You are?
Yes. So I'm a high accountability personality.
Mhm.
I don't need really outside influences to cause me to want to be accountable to my actions. So anyway, what I'm doing right now, actually, I've been practicing and exploring doing morning exercise, which has not been something I've been able to do. 20 years ago, I got in a car accident and had a brain injury. So it's been kind of a long recovery. And one of those things has been like for many, many years, I woke up at like 8:06 a.m. So
Yeah.
any earlier than that, I just kind of felt like garbage. So anyway, I've been working out at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. And most days don't have to take a nap, but I do allow
Hey.
myself naps regularly. That's a really healthy practice. So I feel really good about that. And that's going to feed into some other really big goals I've set for myself this coming year.
Yay.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. Get your gift.
And actually, I would like to say one more thing.
Please.
In terms of, if you are feeling like you're lacking motivation or that, especially in the winter, I basically hate winter. And working out early in the morning has made it so that I feel more ready for the rest of my day. It's just that for so many years, waking up early and being mentally functional wasn't an option, but that's been huge for my overall endorphins and just kind of my excitement to be alive when it looks like that outside.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Amazon. We all love Amazon. Saves the season. Merry Christmas. Okay, so let's I wanted to kind of just get in a little bit of the mindset going forward, but let's have our IBEX guy come and chit chat quick. Well, you can take what you want. You do so much for us. Thank you. Also, be fast. Also, Take your time.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas. I appreciate the time. I have a quick sales pitch today. My sales pitch is just use eye bags. I mean, seriously, that's it. I care so much about this company and care so much about you guys. And when you call in, I had an agent this weekend from this office call me on Saturday at 3. Furnace went out, and within an hour and a half, I had it fixed on Saturday. Called me at home. I answered my phone. Did you get someone else got the call? Were you involved in that one? Okay. So you'll verify that's true, right? Okay. So, and I'm just telling you that what I mean by this is I literally on the weekends, this is how horrible a life I have. I sit and I look at my phone and wait for it to ring because I want to blow customers away with our service. And so when it rings, I answer and I'm like, okay, here we go. Okay. And I want to do a good job. Now, I'll do everything in my control. I mean, sometimes we have contractors that are backed up, especially when it goes, from cold to hot or hot to cold and they're backed up. But I'll move heaven and earth for you. I'll try to do everything I possibly can within my power to do a good job for you. But you got to use this to experience this. So I really ask you to do it. And I'm just grateful for you guys. And that's really all I have. I've said the spill before. This picture is everything, right? That's everything that we covers in yellow. If we replace your refrigerator, how much money do you get for that refrigerator if it's 20 years old? You said 1,000? Okay, there's two choices. What it's worth or what it costs to replace it. What it costs to replace it. So if your refrigerator is 20 years old, did you know I have people that call me up and say, hey, I got a check for $75 for my refrigerator to go towards a new one because that's what it's worth? At IBEX, if it's 20 years old and it's a GE with an ice maker, we look online to find out how much a GE with an ice maker is that's comparable to yours and give you a check for that amount. So your client can buy a refrigerator to replace their 20-year-old refrigerator. That's pretty incredible as far as the home warranty. That's for dishwashers, washing machines, dryers, everything that we do, we give you full replacement value for it. If they come out to the house, last question, how much does it cost? What's the total amount they pay? Do you know? $85. Do they have to pay any extra money to take the toilet off? What about if they need a drip pan or earthquake straps? No, just $85. So your client can know they'll take care of it. $85. IBEX loves you. I love you. Please use IBEX. If you need me, I'm always available. If I'm awake, I'll answer my phone. I promise you, I'll be there for you. So, and I just have food in the back, and that's all I have. But thank you.
Also, stick around if you want to, because we're gonna maybe help you get some balance in your life. You don't have to. Okay, yeah, go. Thanks for everything. 12. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm gonna stay around.
We love you anyway. It's all good. Yep. Okay.
Okay, but thank you.
Sweet. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, so really quick, someone tell me, before we get into Gary's questions, somebody tell me what the 4 what's the word? Of business. So that is in the MREA. What are the 4 pillars of business? I'll give you one because I don't remember the word. I don't think it's pillar. One is the 4 models. What are the 4 models? That is something, but that's not one of the 4. Something I read somewhere. What's another word for financial? Profit. Say what? Budget. Yeah. We're gonna go into it a little bit. So Rebecca, you said it in both of 3 things. Okay. Organizational. There we go. So as we're going through this stuff today, I gave you a ton of stuff in the packet. We're not going to go over everything today, but I want you to kind of think through as we're going through this stuff. Where are you the weakest? Where are you the strongest? What do you need the most help with? Are you super strong in your economic model, which the quick version of economic is, do you know how much business you need to do to reach your financial goal? Do you know how many appointments to go on? Do you know how many listings you need to take? Do you know the makeup of that and what you need to do for your business? That's economic. Budget is, do you know how much to invest in your business? Do you know what your bills are? Do you have a P&L? Are you strong in that area? Lead gen. Do you have a big enough database? Are you communicating with them regularly? How is that? Is it systematized? Rate yourself on that. And organizational is the leverage. Okay. Do you have the right people with you? Are you poised where you need to be for the next chapter of real estate for you? That's what that is. Okay. So I want you to think through, write that down, think through where you need the most help, because I put some tools in the packet to help with those things. So we can focus depending on how much time we have left. If we want to go through some of the end stuff, we will. Okay, so these are Gary's 10 questions. Has anybody gone through these yet before? Okay, I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes and we're going to do a rapid fire. And the reason we're going to do it in a rapid fire is because these are the things that we should know quick. And they are thought-provoking, so you'll probably want to go back and revise at another time. But I want you to just write down with as little thinking as possible your answers. So mark, get set, go. 2 minutes. Does everybody have the packet? So we're on, is it Madison? We are on, yep, there you go. If anyone needs help. I'm not forcing you to do it, but I would love for you to do it. And even write a word that triggers the thought. You don't have to write it all out if you want to write a word that makes you think of. Okay, that's 1 minute gone. Let's do another. Thirty more seconds. Nick, are you scared you walked into silence? Okay, so that was the end of the 2 minutes. We just went through Gary's 10 questions. Was it easy or hard? Was it easy? Yeah. So kind of hard? Yeah. Huh?
Like if you didn't think about it, you just let your brain just
Made it easier?
It's when I thought about it.
That it kind of stuck. Yeah. Uh-huh. Interesting. Why do you think it was hard for those of you that it was hard?
What you said earlier about writing things about ourselves, saying things that are good to us. that we
Mhm.
do, that gave me the opportunity to write something down that I may not speak.
Yeah, general. So it was hard to be quick. That's why I had you rapid fire it. Because what's the first thing that comes to mind?
That question is what aspect of life. Okay.
Okay. Do you feel like you're dialed in on all of these things? Yeah, in terms of knowing it. I'm like you. I thank you for being open. Maybe you're not being open. Maybe I'm just singling you out. It's a little bit hard for me too, because I feel like almost it opens up so many other thoughts to have the time to do it. So the reason that I put this in here at this time and the rapid fire part is because I want to get us really thinking, right? So for 2025, I picked the theme drive. Drive. Uh-oh, we're missing that slide. The slide that has all the, yeah, that's funny. Okay, so in the packet right here, this one, it says so for the theme for 2025, it's DRIVE, which is develop, recognize, invest, vision, and energy. So this is what we're going to be focusing on next year. And we're going to spend time through this, but I wanted to kind of get you thinking deeply, like thinking really kind of introspectively of kind of just where you are. Because when things are hard, like Zoe was saying, and getting motivation and stuff, sometimes it takes a little bit of a dig. Or why are we doing all of this, right? Okay, have you guys seen this before? This is the GPS. So this is what Mike is helping go through. Do you have a written business plan? Do you have it written out? Do you know specifically what you're doing next year? Oh, there are so many great nods, head nods. That's awesome. So if you don't have it and it's not clear and specific that on February 20th, you could still remember what they were that you said you were going to do, right? So what's the one thing, the one big goal that you're going to do and the ways that you're going to do that? We're going to think through a lot of this stuff today. And then anybody on the leadership team would love to sit down with you and write it out, help think. Sometimes to verbalize it is a way of thinking through it, right? Yeah, Shelly. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, we'll send it out. We'll do an update and send it out. What's your process with coming up with your goals? How did you do that? For those of you who've already set yours, how's your process for that? Yeah.
I look for vision board. That gets my brain started. And then I let it for a couple of weeks.
Have you guys done that yet? The vision board? Okay, we can bring her in to do it. It's awesome. Is it a digital vision board? Matt.
What's the number one thing that you like to do? Like, I have my categories broken down: business, financial.
Yeah.
Health. What's the
Yeah.
based on where I'm at?
Yeah. Yeah. It's simple, but it's not easy. Right? Yeah. So let's write that down. What's your one business objective in that shadow box? It's got to be specific so you know. So what's a goal? SMART goal. What does that stand for? SMART. Has to be specific. Woo! Good job. So write it down. What's the one thing that you know, oh, I hit my goal? What was that thing? It can't be have good relationships. Yeah.
Time bound, like you have to have a timeline.
Can I click? Okay, so got to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time bound. I've probably mentioned this to you before, but one of my, a very impactful lesson, have you read that book, Girl Wash Your Face. It was such a thing. No, I'm not thinking of that one. I'm thinking of oh, what is it? Boss. No. Is it Girl Boss? Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, it's like it came with was it the pink one? It was yellow. It come with a. Oh,
It's not a badass one. It's the girl. It's Girl Boss. So big thing is she has this clothing brand called Nasty Gal, and it started with like almost like a thrift shop, I guess, and then became like a high level brand, high fashion brand. Very, very successful. She made tons of money, big investor, big donations. She wrote this book, tons of acclaim, big deal. Then when she was planning for her next year, she threw out, we're gonna get 25 million in profit. And all of her investors pulled out and she was bankrupt within 6 months. Why? What? Yeah, she had a proven track record, right? She had the desire to do it. She had the motivation. She had people, for what she had done, she had people in place. She didn't have a plan. It was just from nowhere, right? Like 25 million, it wasn't, okay, based on where we've been, it wasn't an actual pro forma of business, right? And so if you don't have a plan and you don't have a realistic way of attaining that, right? And if your goal down there is, I'm going to close 150 deals and you closed 5 this year, talk about this. Okay. Talk about what that is so that you can reverse engineer it to know every single day what you need to do. Because if you miss a day's worth of activities, what are your chances of making it up tomorrow? Pretty good. Actually, pretty good. One day? Oh, for one day. If you miss a whole week to do your activities next week and the previous week? Okay, what if you miss a month? It's harder, right? So we've got to think through what that one thing is. If you need help with that, let me know. But write down what your one goal is if you haven't yet. Okay, so for 2025, in focusing on D.R.I.V.E, what that means, the first one is develop. So what are some of the skills you need? And I'd love to hear thoughts on these too, because we want to structure our trainings and the people that we're going to bring in, just things like that for what you need based on what you tell me your needs are. So what are some of the skills or qualities that you need to develop for success in 2025? Hiram. Okay. Like OG sales stuff? Love it. Yeah.
Is there a microphone going around?
And understanding, first of all, you can't really sell somebody who don't know what their needs, so you first figure out what their problem is.
Yeah.
Just psychology of who I'm talking to and how do I work.
Thanks.
Sorry.
That's okay.
The mic
Thanks.
next time.
Ian can run the mic. Do you mind? Oh, thank you so much. Okay. Sales psychology, I love it. What else? What else do you need to develop? Lisa, consistency. Accountability.
I think this year we're really going to need to think outside the box a little and get really creative and really, we were just talking about this. We're going to have to work twice as hard as we've ever had to work.
Yeah.
We're going to have to really double down and get creative.
Can I change the word creative? We need to be innovative, right? And one word that Mike has kind of ingrained in me that is a big focus is confidence, right? We need to be more confident. What do we need more confidence in, right? Hey, anybody else want to share what you need to develop? Hiram? Okay, Lisa. Sorry, Jill. Mindset. Hiram?
System slash schedules. I think as a realtor, it's pretty easy to be like, oh, what can I do today? Saying goes, fail to plan is a plan to fail. So you just walk in and don't know what you're doing. It'd be good to be like, okay, here's my metrics, this many calls, I'm going to focus on this category. So I think having schedules and systems would help.
I love that. And when you were talking, I was thinking about one of the things that I would love to help you guys develop is teach. We have so much here. I would love for you to teach us. Yeah, like choose something. That's a way that I feel like I can help you develop is in teaching us, right? What were you going to shout? Okay.
But also to be able to have it be a win-win.
Yeah. Doesn't it feel like the sellers are like, I already gave you my first 3 kids. What do you want from me? Right? Okay. Yes.
Hiram got it on the nail with saying psychology.
Yeah.
I think that really knowing your audience and knowing exactly how you're going to speak to them is probably the best way to ensure success there.
I love that. Thanks. Yeah, I think that'd be great. So Lisa, and then after Lisa and Wally, you said write down what your action plan is going to be for this. Just a thought, quick. Yeah.
I think moving through the boredom of being consistent with the goal that you've set and not jumping to something else that looks so much more exciting right at the moment. You know what I mean? Like we have to keep the course, because just as you're getting bored with that is probably when you are getting better at it and you are starting to possibly be close to success in that thing. But then we get bored and we go, this isn't working.
Endurance.
Let me do something else.
P.S. If you use a word that has to do with a car or driving, then you get a free sweatshirt. Just as a tip. Okay, so write down what an action plan would be for this, or just a step, one thing that you need to do for that. Okay, the next one is recognize. Part of this, there's a lot of different ways to recognize. So from my perspective, I need to do a better job in recognizing the talent that we have, recognizing accomplishments that our leadership team is doing, that our agents are doing, helping, because that's the way that we brag about you, that you can humble brag about yourself, right? And then also recognize some of the weak points that we have, some of the challenges that we have, just be more aware. So what is it for you? What do you need to recognize? And what is that? Say again.
Creating a support system for yourself.
Yeah. Amy.
For me, at the end of each year, I look at missed business opportunities, and
Ooh, I
I
love
only look at them as an opportunity to learn, because some missed business opportunities were a conscious decision where I said, that's not going to be good for my business because it may affect your mental health. It may be too time taxing, whatever the decision making was about that. But I list out, okay, was there a missed opportunity by not putting up with whatever I chose not to participate
Yeah.
in? Or was there a benefit? How did I benefit by choosing not to take that business or choosing to engage in that business? And so
Love that.
essentially looking at missed business opportunities and taking away what was the lesson and how do I improve my business plan to address that issue in the future. Because yes, I need to be able to take that business, but I'm not structured in a way that I could benefit the customer. What can I add to my business to be able to take on that, whatever that missed opportunity was?
That's such a specific way of thinking about it, because it goes both ways. It goes, how can I adjust for the future thing? And how can I prevent maybe the same situation? But there's a lesson in all the things. Thank you so much. I love that. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Write one thing down for your action plan. Just one thing you're going to do in that area. Okay. This one, we used to be so good at talking about investing. I feel like it's fallen off a little bit. That's a big focus for next year. we have an amazing opportunity as real estate agents to build wealth. And that comes in a lot of different ways. So for me, wealth is knowledge, it's relationships. What do I need to invest my time in? What do I need to invest my money in? What I need right at this moment, I've had a big life change in the last couple of years. I need to know, like, where am I at? I was on a good trajectory with that. And what do I need to shift in that to get back on track to wealth building, right? So what does that make you think of? Tell me your thoughts on invest.
Mine was my physical health.
Love it.
Finding time today where I knew I could exercise without failing. So without choosing to take that phone call or
Physical health. For some of us, we don't invest enough money in our business, right? And that's part of the economic or the budget model is that how much are you spending toward growing your business? Sometimes that's the thing. Katria, what were you going to say? Yeah, tell us a little bit more.
Well, I'm paying to have my day. Well, I'm paying in my own time and in my own money. And nothing's happening in 2025 unless that happens first. So that I'm not, because I'm trying to buy back time and I'm wasting time in my business or in my own life because I don't have systems in place. So I'm very time intensive and I want to open up, recognize, allow for new opportunities by buying back time.
I love that. And that it's a good time to kind of go through and think about the automated side of things. What is happening without you having to click the button? So we can help with that. What else?
I think it kind of goes similar to her, but education. I think it's easy to just, get in the routine of calling your leagues, working your ass off, like doing the same things over and over without actively, especially like when you're doing good, you're like, oh, I'm doing fine. I don't need to learn or grow. And so I think it's good to try to spend some time, whether that's reading, podcast, whatever it is, but try to continue.
Family reunion ticket, which
Family reunion ticket. Okay, Dub. But yes, investing in learning and the connections with other people.
I love that. Thanks. Any other thoughts? Action item? Write it. Okay, next one is vision. We grossly overestimate what we can do in 1 year, and we grossly underestimate what we can do in 5. So as a part of this, have you ever had a time in your life where you've thought back? Well, it comes up a lot, I think, with social media and stuff. Wouldn't it be amazing if we were as skinny as we were when we thought we were fat? You look at a picture and you remember, oh my gosh, I felt so, if only I could be that fat that I was, right? Or that healthy, or that smart, or whatever that is, right? So what is it 5 years from now? What would be just like crazy to do? Is it properties? Is it relationships? Is it experiences? Is it things? Is it money? Money is good or bad? Money is good for the good that money can do. Let's make a lot of money. Opens so many doors. So what's the vision for your life? Who wants to share anything on 5 years? Do you want to whisper it? And then I'll say it? Okay. Matt.
So it kind of goes into invest with me, where it's like, I'm getting to the point in my life where I'd like to make passive money and sit on a beach and not work. So like my vision is really kind of a 9-year vision out of to have streams of income that are not real time consuming.
Yeah. So we got to be specific with this. I love that. So these are good triggers for us to think through, but Are you specific about what that means exactly? You said 9 years. I love that specificity. But what's the dollar amount? What is the thing 5 years from now? We nailed it.
20 grand a month.
Okay. I love it.
Coming in like the wind.
Can you kind of, when you're talking about that, can you kind of feel what freedom that would give you? 20 grand
I can see it.
passive. Yeah. Hiram?
Similar comment. I did something like this a while ago. It's been 4 years. And part of the thing was you actually wrote a letter to yourself, future you. And it's crazy. I've in 4 years, I've done everything but take my dad to a Cowboys game. Other than that, I've surpassed everything on there. And a lot of that stuff when I wrote down honestly felt fake. So it's kind of crazy that,
Like a
you know,
pipe dream?
oh yeah, when I wrote that number down, I was like, there's no effing way. But when you pass it, you're like, oh shit, that was crazy.
Hiram,
So
fiance a story about you at the after party
uh-huh.
when you were there. And I remember I had met you in the office. You were new. But you came to my house. You were going to do an open house. You came to my house to pick up some signs. Do you remember this?
Yeah, the Hive House, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Standing in the driveway at my house. And you're like, wow, okay, yeah, tell me about this house. How long have you lived here? What did you pay for it? How much did you put down on it? And stuff. You were asking me a lot of questions. I don't know if you remember this, which was great. But I'm like, what's your name?
You're like, who are you?
You want to see it was, you're so curious. And it was day one, basically, for you. So you are such the example of this. That day, standing in my driveway, can I do an open house? I just need to try and get some leads. I'm just trying to get started. That day, I mean, bro's over 350 GCI today. 4 years ago, would you have projected, oh, I'm going to be at this, I'm going to be marrying the love of my life, we got this thing? Would that have been, would you have known that?
No, but that wasn't my 5-year plan. It was to be married in 5 years and make over that. So, you know, so when I first saw it, I was looking at the top down, I saw 100 grand and I was like, damn, dude, Clint's doing 100 grand in a year. I'm like, that's crazy. I can't imagine. So yeah, my goal is to do 250 in 5 years, and crazy.
Yeah, you're over.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You did more than that.
So anyway, the letter, back to the point, the letter, like the future self, like trying to like really think about, say everything that you want to be true is true. And you're writing a letter to your old self and being that mindset, like everything's accomplished.
Like looking back at.
Exactly. Uh-huh. Yeah, I still have that letter and it's crazy to reread it.
I love that. That's very cool. Thanks. What else? What's the action item? Write your action item. Maybe it's writing that letter to yourself. Okay. The last one is energy. This is something that I really need help with. So will you help me? What does this mean to you? Lori.
Describe it as, I was talking to my dad today. My dad's getting on a plane to go to Hawaii. He sends all of his mail to me while he's gone. And he says, have I started getting mail at your house yet? And I'm like, I don't know. He says, don't you check your mail? And I said, yes, I check my mail. I check my mail on Fridays. He's like, what? You only check your mail on Friday? And I'm like, yeah. And I told him a story about when I was young, dumb, and really, really poor. And I was so freaking broke that getting the mail made me cry. I hated it because I would get the mail and I'd see all those bills. And for the rest of the day, I was up in my head, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay my bills? And I decided to say, no more. It's not going to suck that from me anymore. I'm going to check the mail on Fridays. I'm going to deal with the crap on Friday. And it's not going to take my energy for the rest of the week. And so that is still the way I run it, is on Friday. It's Finance Friday. That's the only day I deal with money. If you ask me about what my bank account is on Tuesday, I don't know. If you ask me on Friday, I do. The end. And
That's
so
a system to preserve your energy, right?
yeah, and it saved my energy. And so I've transferred that into other places. So
I love that. Can you identify, don't say it, okay? But can you identify who sucks your energy and depletes you and just makes you feel? Oh, Amy, she's giving names. Let's go.
But I'm listening to Lori and having an aha that I wanted to share, and that is, you know, under energy, 3 energy vampires.
Yeah.
And one of those could be the burden of scarce resources.
Yes.
So I love that, because so often we go, who is the vampire, not what is the vampire.
Yeah.
Access. You don't take care of it, right? Anything can be a vampire. An energy vampire.
And focusing on some of these other things, they can help with that. They can help with the resource that we're missing, right? I listened to this thing the other day, and I'll send it out to you. It was somebody's perception or whatever of what depression is. Does depression actually exist? And his argument, he's a scientist, his argument is it's not depression, it's actually compression. When there's something that is unanswered in our brain, if there's something that we feel like we can't answer, it's actually compressing our brain, and it's a blood flow thing, and it's reducing our ability to create the serotonin and the things that we need in our brain because it's compressed, because it's something that's unanswered. It's not a depression, it's a compression of something, a resource, something that's scarce, something that a tool that maybe you don't have, an answer that you don't have. It's compressing that. Lisa and then Robin. Hi, Robin.
I mean, I think an obvious one is your health. If you don't feel good,
Yeah.
you have no energy. So
Thanks. I think Robin's got one.
I was just gonna say, related to what you just said, a really long time ago, when I first went to a therapist, and she's like, "You're depressed," and I was like, "But I like my life and I feel happy and all these things." And she goes, "But you have too much going on, and it's like your tire's flat." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's what it is." So that's another way to look at it. And I'm going through it right now. I have a super flat tire right now. And so I'm working on like, how do I pump my tire back up? You know what I mean? And I do have a black one.
I know,
Are you
but I
giving me
said if
that?
you use a car analogy, you get a free sweatshirt.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So I didn't even know. I didn't even try that. But anyway, I think it's important to identify what is flattening your tires and
It's compressing.
call it energy vampire. But for me, I still have high energy and I'm still struggling. So a way for me to look at it, it's like, what's holding me back or slowing me down, or where do I feel flat? And you can analyze, what are you eating and drinking? Lisa said health. Health is huge. Are you moving? Are you eating and drinking high energy things? But are there other things, worries or concerns, financial or client stuff or whatever? Yeah.
Question, a lack of direction.
And that's, I mean, and then we worry about those things, and that becomes, it steals productive energy or growing energy or educational or whatever, reaching out, doing lead gen. So that's one of the most important ones, is to get clear for each of us individually. What are those things and what are they stealing from me, and how can I fight back and hold on to it?
Thank you. And then we've got an awesome committee that is working on KW wellness. So we've got some activities that we're going to be having, constant. So Madeline, Erlin, names are so scary for me. Madeline, doing yoga and things like that. We have some plans for next year, and so that's a system that we can help put around, is having things available to you. So if there's something that you think of that you think would be helpful, or something that you've enjoyed, or a connection that you have, please let us help provide that for others. Jenna.
So something that I use at home with my kids when I'm alone with my kids a lot is I tell them that mommy needs to recharge her batteries. Then I go into my room and I do something to recharge. And there's also a lot of like burnout and things professionally that I experience that I just need to take a breath and take myself out of that situation and do something not work related to recharge. And like also like recharging with like other work things that aren't that exact thing. And I think that's going to be different for everyone, but I think with energy, we have to figure out how to self recharge.
Yeah.
Last year said something about
to make sure you schedule in some time for that recharge and
Yeah.
then guard it with your life. I remember.
Yeah.
That stuck with me.
Whether it's like meditation, if that's what that is, going to Johnny Osmond, or someone. So nothing works without energy, not even a Tesla, right? Like what is the fuel? Yeah, you got to plug it in. You either got to refill or recharge. Either way, this car, it doesn't matter if you have the steering wheel, you have the brakes, you have all of the things. Everything's there. The car is just there and it's so cute. You love it, right? If you don't know where you're going, so I am a bad driver. I get there. Okay. I am gonna get there. Also, I can get myself out of scary situations that I might have put myself in, but I can get myself out because I will go fast. But I yell at drivers all the time. And the thing that I always say is have a plan and go. Just go. Know where you're going and go. So if we don't know where we're going, we don't have the vehicle, we're not 100% sure if it works or whatever, right? Doesn't matter if we have gas and brakes and no steering wheel. Doesn't matter if we have a steering wheel and no gas, right? True? So all of it works together and all of it's important. Nick.
Marcel says that I deserve a hoodie. Sometimes you need a jump start.
I'm just kidding. Come and choose one. Come and choose one. Yeah, you need a jump start. So who is that? What is that? Who is that? What's your jump start? I love that. Oh, Janelyn, I actually did think that when you said that, but I was very enthralled in what you were saying. So go. Yeah. That's so true. Yeah, Lisa.
So I just started reading a book recently, The 12-Week Year. You guys heard of that, right?
About that.
And one thing that they talk about is like planning your quarter as though it's your year and having goals just for that. And the other thing is that he says, and then you take a week vacation after that 12 weeks. Yeah. And I think that's great because you know how much you get done when you know you've got to be on vacation for a week, right?
Yeah.
So if you're planning that 4 times a year that you're going to be gone for a week, I think that helps you be productive.
Well, and I think that kind of brings everything together, truthfully, because if we don't know these things, if we don't understand what we have to do every day, if we don't even know what our goal is, okay, we don't have the roadmap or whatever. We don't know what the destination is. We don't know what the goal is. And we haven't gone through the mental process of figuring out what it is that we need to do every quarter, every month, every week, every day. Then we can't forward think it, right? That's where it feels stressful to go on vacation. If we don't know how to, because when we come back to a shit show. But if we know what that is, we can forward plan it and we can do those things ahead of time and come back to just the normal stride and actually enjoy the vacation rather than, trying to get a signal because I was talking to Patria and those guys with what they're doing have something amazing going on. But when you're sitting in Mexico, even if you have the most amazing opportunity and you're trying to create some memories with your family and the service is bad and you're like on your laptop with the sand in your new computer or whatever, and you're trying to do that, that's where the resentment for the opportunity, the resentment for all those things and people around you feel like they're the ones resent, right? And if we can, all of these things work very closely together so that we can have some resemblance of a balanced life, because it's all important, right? What else? Who has other thoughts they want to share? Hiram.
This is just a thought that's like kind of part of this, but not exactly what we're talking about. something that Cody kind of taught me too, actually, is you can break down like your transactions, but okay, what percent came from marketing or open houses
Yeah.
or whatever. And
Yeah.
so I ended up doing that actually yesterday and broke everything down. And depending on, what piece of the pie my deals come from, is basically the equivalent to how many days a week that I work on that. So I have scheduled days for that. So, if you are trying to get, because I've gotten deals off of KSL before. And so something I've done is even if it's not my listing, find a listing that's in our brokerage that's not in KSL and try to market it that way. But if you can break down all your deals, did it come from marketing, open houses, SOI, referrals, whatever it is, then you can figure out, okay, well, 50% comes from here. So I'll do that twice a week. And then kind of, look at it that way. So if you have specific days to focus on certain areas, you have previously gotten business in, and where you're more likely to get it. It's just a good way to break that down, because they're like, hey, I want to do 30 deals. Okay, well, I'm going to get 15 from here, 5 from here, 10 from here, whatever it is. Then you can focus, okay, I'm lacking in this area. I need to spend more time, calling my SOI, or I need to do more open houses. I don't have any deals or any leads from open houses.
Yeah.
So breaking down, because you can put, because I've seen some agents do like, hey, I want to do 30 deals a year. I'm going to do this much this quarter, this much this quarter, this much this quarter. It's like, cool, but where are those coming from?
Yeah.
And it's like, you can put them and be like, I hope I get 5 deals in July. Okay, but where are they coming from? Like, where is your energy going to get those leads and to
Yeah.
get those
Thank you
deals?
so much for bringing that up, because that's a big part. You have to understand like where you are, where you've been, what's working. And I think that FOMO thing is so real that if somebody else is doing it, then you think that I see it a lot where people are like, oh, I'm going to do commercial. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to drop this. I'm going to do that. Well, okay, why? And what is it that's actually working for you and what isn't? Let's double down into the things that work, but it's also with all of these things. So the economic is understanding your deals, your leads and your deals. Where are they coming from? What's the breakdown of where you need to focus your time? That's how you're going to reach your goal. Okay. Budget. How much are you spending on that? So if your client appreciation events are your biggest thing, you're getting the most traction from that, double down, whatever that is, right? Lead gen. So let's grow. If we suck at Facebook ads, stop it. Or don't totally stop it. But you're amazing at this other thing. Identify that and let's lean into what's working. And then your organizational model. Are you the best one to actually be doing that? Who can help you with that? How can you increase that thing that's working well to get more of that, right? So all just works together. Thank you so much. Any other thoughts? The final thing I put in here is, do your people know you? Like, do you feel like you have a life of great purpose? I put this in here. It's something that you're going to need some time to really think through. But this is how you build your mission, vision, value, belief system, is in kind of thinking through these questions and what they are. And when you're talking to your clients, when you're planning your year for next year, when you're putting in your goals and stuff, I encourage you to be open about these things, right? So understanding these different categories and talking, make sure that people around you know who you are. This is who you are, right? This is the culmination of who you are as a person. Does anybody have any thoughts about this stuff? Have you ever gone through an exercise like this? Yes, good. Yeah, Rebecca.
It can be really confusing when you're trying to think of what's your mission versus your vision versus your, those can get a little blurry on how to define it. So I think it's cool that you've explained it as I'm reading that. I'm like, oh yeah, because I've even tried to do these, but I think sometimes I get them blurred a little bit, and these are very definable. So.
Well, and all great businesses begin with great clarity. And that was part of the downfall of that lady, right? Is the lack of clarity and the lack of vision. Okay, so the rest of the packet in there, I just added some additional tools for you to kind of help. I would love to go through these with you. They are all the different models of business. So they are just additional resources for you. But if you've gone through, just to kind of circle back, have you identified the area you're the weakest in? Economic, budget, lead gen, or organizational? Okay. Mark that down and schedule with me or Carrie or Mike or Amy or any of us. Let's sit down and let's go through that. We'll identify some of these tools and really just kind of steer in specific to the tool and help you on your way. Let's go, 2025. Who else has anything? And you can have a sweatshirt. Okay, right here, go get it. And then we've got some food back there. Merry Christmas or happy holidays or whatever it is that you want. I celebrate you and what you believe, and we're grateful to have you with us. I love it. I just want to turn my sound on. We can order if you want one like this, a black one. We can